Hi there, I'm Kasey, naturopath and nutritionist, and today I wanted to talk about estrogen dominance. Now, this is a condition I see a lot of in clinic, and today I wanted to touch on some of the causes of that estrogen dominance. Now, estrogen is a sex hormone that we do need, or particularly women, and it basically helps the body get prepared for pregnancy each month, and as a girl goes through puberty, it drives the development of the breasts and the womanly curves. Now, the estrogen is produced or stimulated from the gland in the brain called the hypothalamus, along with other hormones like follicle-stimulating hormone, luteinizing hormone, and progesterone. And so issues can occur there with the stimulation of estrogen, and that can create imbalances. But what I'm going to talk about today is some things through the environment that on top of that can cause estrogen dominance. So when I say estrogen dominance, basically what I'm talking about is in the 2 weeks leading up to your period, estrogen should be at a certain level, and progesterone, which is another main sex hormone for women, should be around 50 to 200 times greater than that estrogen. Now, if that level hasn't been reached, you therefore have more estrogen dominance, and that can drive issues particularly with periods, so irregular periods, painful periods, heavy periods, and the conditions like endometriosis and uterine fibroids. Breast tenderness, especially in the lead up to the period, fluid retention in the body, mood swings, irritability, particularly really emotional, anxiety, and also insomnia. Fibrocystic breasts, so lumps in the breast, particularly once again in the lead up to the period. So there's some main symptoms of estrogen dominance. It's not limited to those, but some of the main ones that I see in clinic. The other big one is also the abdominal weight that can't shift, can be a lot to do with the estrogen dominance as well. So some main causes are environmental exposures to substances that mimic estrogen in the body, and they're called xenoestrogens. So they attach themselves to the estrogen receptor in the body, and they create this sort of false high estrogen levels. So therefore the body creates, the symptoms are created from that high estrogen. And so things like BPA, you've probably heard of that. When we drink out of plastic containers, store our foods in plastic containers, particularly number 3, 6 and 7 on the bottom of the containers, they will usually contain BPA, and so going with glass and stainless steel as much as possible is really important to sort of avoid the exposure of that BPA. There's also on the tops of coffee cups a lot of BPA there, and particularly when you're drinking, this is the takeaway cups. If you're drinking a hot liquid through that cup, then that's exposing a great deal of estrogen or BPA that will create the estrogen in the body. And another big one is phthalates, which is basically contained in furniture and cars. So when you get that new car smell or the new furniture smell, it's not such a good thing. You need to really air out the car or air out the home that has got that new furniture in there. Also parabens, so if you read on cosmetics, any hair care or skin care that you're using, really make sure that you go paraben free, because that's another main xenoestrogen in the body. Antibiotics from conventional farming and also the fertilizers used are another source of xenoestrogen, so going organic wherever possible. Antibiotics and the oral contraceptive pill are some medications that can disrupt issues in the gut, so create lower levels of your good bacteria, which you need great deals of that good bacteria to help detoxify in the body. And if your gut's not working properly, you'll get that build-up effect of estrogen. It'll become reabsorbed, and then you'll therefore have higher levels of estrogen in the body. So they're really important to, if you're on the oral contraceptive pill or taking antibiotics, to back it up with a probiotic. Very important. Lots of stress in your life, so that can affect estrogen by causing adrenal stress. Now, your adrenal glands are those stress glands in the body. So if you're under any kind of emotional, physical, mental stress day in, day out, you're putting a lot of pressure on those adrenal glands. When your adrenals are weakened, that puts pressure on causes imbalances with your thyroid and sex hormones as well. So it's really important to look after your adrenals and build your body up so you're more resilient to that stress. We can't completely take stress out of our diet, out of our lifestyles. It's there, but we can build that resistance and resilience towards it. Get moving. We want to help to enhance the detox process through the skin, through sweating. So doing any kind of exercise that gets you sweat up, and is also nurturing your adrenals. So you don't want to go for long periods of time, really high intensity. You want to just get it over and done with within sort of 10 to 30 minutes. High intensity, short duration is much better for detoxing and for your adrenals. So you'll see a lot of HIIT, high intensity interval training is a really good one for that. Also things like dry body brushing encourage that detoxification through the skin, and infrared saunas are fantastic as well. So there's some things that you can enhance that detox process. And as I said, anything to help de-stress in the body. Sunshine's really important. You need your vitamin D. Vitamin D is crucial for hormone health, so get out in the sun, get enough exposure just before you get burnt. You want to be able to get at least 20 minutes daily midday sunshine before getting burnt. That will give you a good level of vitamin D. You may need to top up with a supplement, so I'd recommend getting tested every 6 months. And also, if you can't get that sunshine exposure, look into getting something like a vitamin D lamp to keep your levels up. So that's some tips to help promote healthy hormones and reduce any estrogen dominance in the body. So if you found this helpful, comment below and let me know what you've been trying out as well.